Yeah, man. All right, keep them tweets coming. Tunawapenda na tunawacheki mkitu tweet. But then remember, you can watch us live, VybezRadio.co.ke. We've got a very special guest in studio, Winnie Odinga. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
How are you?
I'm great.
Us guys are great as well. You know, usually when we invite people for our morning interview, inakuanga kama pata potea.
I think guys actually wake up and look for the smartest lies. Tunasema akidogi yangu sister yake ilikufa, then siji azin.
It's crazy. You guys are like showing up, but we're grateful that you showed up.
Thank you, man. It's kind of early for me.
It is, yeah?
I'm more of a not 8 to 5, more of a 10 to 8 kind of person.
Okay.
So this is something.
So we're going to start with, we put out a question. So there's a truck that angukad over the weekend, right? A Coca-Cola truck. And what commenced after that? This is a truck that was, transporting sodas, crates of sodas. And Kenyans literally jumped onto that truck and stole as much as they could. People from all walks of life. And so we're proposing, why can't you then call the Fanta,
the Coke guys.
Yeah, and be like, your truck has angukad here. We're looking after, we've moved the crates to the side of the road because they were obstructing. Come get your truck or call the police. Or do you just take the soda and bounce and say, Christmas imefika mapema?
I mean, what's the point of that? Why would I call Coca-Cola?
You wouldn't call her?
That's free tonic for my gin.
Kwambox, you see?
Yeah.
You see? Tuko wengi tunafikiria line.
Mimi naambia wa Kenya. And ingieni hiyo pola hapo mtuambie venye mna feel, because so far it seems everybody is with Winnie. They're just saying they will take the sodas. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Winnie, how you doing?
I'm great, man. I'm really, really good.
Are you a politician?
I'm the daughter of 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does that go? Like, when the whole country's like, oh my God, row this, row that. Like, how does that affect you?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
We should have gone over like what exactly I can say and what I can't say.
Yes.
Like what curse words I can say and what I can't say.
It's radio, we're live. The whole of Kenya is listening to us. Don't worry.
But you said it's for my youth. Anyway, no, it doesn't affect me. People say they're honest. Like, I'm 29 now.
Yeah.
So it's been 29 years of that. I mean, if it's still affecting me, surely.
Yeah.
So now, let's see what they want to say. I know him.
Yeah.
I know them. It's easy.
For the youth who are listening in right now, would you say that we know what's happening in politics? Would you say we're involved as a youth?
It depends, I always look at the youth like 4 different categories. So you have urban and rural, and then when you come to urban, then you have Eastlands and Westlands.
Yeah.
All right. And then the same in the rural setting. Now in Nairobi, for example, Westlands, forget about it. Unless you're campaigning at night in Westie, you ain't talking to them.
Over there, Electric Avenue.
But if it's Eastlands and people who are more involved where politics affects them, or where they understand, actually, I feel they understand how politics affects them more directly. They're certainly more involved and they understand, and they participate and they vote and they go for rallies and they do the whole shebang.
But people would argue that when it comes to the way you've split it, Eastlands and Westlands. In Westlands, nobody's coming to give me 50 bob to go for a rally.
Yeah.
But like in Islando, like I'm probably going to show up because probably there's some freebies going down.
True. Well, if I gave you 50 bob, if I meet you in Westlands and I give you 50 bob, will you do anything for me? There's not a damn thing you'll do.
Yeah.
Like, you see, you have to change the strategy when you're speaking to different people. So let's say in Westlands, their concerns are not the same.
Yeah.
You want to talk to them about safe spaces for their kids, parks, no traffic on the road, security, lighting. But when you come to East London, I talk about housing, food on the table, and blah, blah, blah. So the incentive has to be different. You have to change it up a little bit.
All right. We've got Winnie Odinga in studio with us. By the way, you can watch us live, VybezRadio.co.ke, or you can ask us any questions by calling us 0719012700. Hey, Brian, burning question. Uliza.
There are a couple of youth who've come in. Kina Babu Owino. we have Jaguar. Do you feel the youth leadership is the way to go currently? Because I currently feel that we are not ready. The youth are not ready to take over the country. Because you see, most of them are actually kind of like confused, or it's based on even the leaders that they are looking at. Do you think that the country is actually ready for youth leadership?
There's certain youth leaders that are confused.
Yeah.
Those ones were not ready.
Yeah.
But to say that all the youth are not ready, I don't think that's true.
Okay.
There's some that they are. But what shocked us this parliament is we were like, oh, we have to vote young, fresh, new young leaders, etc. But they turned out to be just as corrupt, just as lazy, just as confused as the older ones.
Yeah.
And so there's not much going on there now. I think we have to really invest in finding the right person.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Remember, you can hit us up and call us 0719012700.
VybezRadio, we rule the nation in this generation.
It's 104.5 Vibes Radio. And we don't spread rumors, we just talk facts. 14 minutes past 8 a.m. And you're hanging out to the Morning Vybez people, Kwambox Mbunde. And we've got a special guest.
Our guest today is Winnie Odinga. Karibu
Asante,
Vibes.
asante. You guys don't call me Kazi.
Yeah.
You can call me that.
We can call you
Kazi.
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 All right, we're gonna call you Kazi right now. So we're gonna just talk about what's happening in the nation, because you seem to are you planning to get into politics?
By birth, yeah.
Yeah. So one day we see you as an MP.
No,
governor.
nothing like that. I mean, I'm just in there. I've always been there.
Yeah. What are you currently doing?
I'm a mover. I'm a mover.
What does that mean?
I make things happen. I make sure things happen and happen the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's a hustler. I do what I have to do in a legal manner to pay my bills.
Okay.
Okay.
So she's a grinder.
Yeah.
She's a grinder. We don't like the word hustle.
No, why?
We
Yeah.
don't
Well,
like
hustling is hard.
grinding
Hustling
and-
isn't fun anyway. So grinding. Yeah.
Yeah, grinding. We like grinding. So we're gonna come back to that. Let's talk sports. Which is your team?
Football team, of course. Gor Mahia, Kogalo.
They've been playing. We have Sport Pesa and the Bettins walking out of Kenya, and now we have FKF having to deal with sponsoring and supporting the local football, and we have AFC and Gor who are just saying, by the way, as we cannot be able to pay bills. What do you have to say about that?
I mean, it's true. Especially for the top teams. I mean, if you're talking about moving a team to play a match, let's say in Mombasa, you're talking about 500,000 shillings. But how many people are coming to the games? How much is the team making? And that's not even salaries or anything like that. So I think what we should do is like what they used to do back in the day. These teams didn't spur out of nowhere. There's a reason why they say is the Django team and AFC is the Lunje team, etc., etc. They were community teams. Yeah, and the community used to chip in and support, and that's how they were able to make ends meet. But the way you're trying to do like a Premier League system, but you don't got Premier League money. Yeah. So you got to do the communal.
But we had the Sport Pesas and the Bettins.
But they were giving them nothing.
Yeah, I remember even when...
But the league was... I mean, the league, when Sport Pesa was supporting it, I used to go to games.
Even before that, before Sport Pesa, there was Super Sport who actually used to come and live stream their games.
Yeah.
The guys used to actually come to the games, but right now the matches are empty. I remember there used to be a time
stadiums are not even up.
Maybe even town used to be a no-go zone.
Yeah,
like
because the game is going down.
That's another thing. Also, now that City Stadium is out, Nyayo is out, Kasarani is so far. So it's discouraging to people to go all that way and pay and walk around and etc. So they have to do something to make it more accessible, more fun.
All right, shout out to everybody who's coming through on my Instagram saying, Ebusho as Baba's daughter, VybezRadio.co.ke. You can watch her live and direct from right here in studio. All right, let's go international. Which is your international team? It's okay, just say it.
I'm on a sabbatical till we change our coach.
Who? Everyone, can you kindly listen?
I'm waiting for Emery to just, take a little walk.
Kwambox, imagine change topic. Me story za mpira niliacha. I'm supporting the women's team, the Arsenal women's team.
Mimi just squeeze it niki advice wase wa Arsenal juu ya mpira na wambianga vaa mpira. It's the only protection you can. It's crazy. crazy, man. It's crazy. All right, it's good to know that you support, that you like football. But is football your first sport?
No, basketball.
Yeah.
I love basketball. I used to play for the Kenya junior team when
for
I was
real?
in high school. Yeah.
I actually played basketball in the league.
Oh yeah. You want to go 1-on-1?
Yeah, but
Right now, outside?
Yes.
Yeah.
The conclusion to happen. Yoni kazi raisi. All right, but let's come back to politics. You stated that you actually do is it PA for your dad?
Yeah, well, he's my dad.
Yeah.
So, what he does and who he's around concerns me. So I do it all: PA, bodyguard, advisor, communications, PR.
Bodyguard.
Hey, Ivana, I've slapped a few faces in the rally.
For real?
Yo, that babe, people are pushing. People love him. Like anywhere he is, it must be like crazy.
Yeah, if it's like a public rally. Day to day, yeah, they ask for photos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it's the time, yes, they love him. They like him.
Has there ever been a situation? I'm sure there's been like numerous situations where the whole family, you're like on high alert in terms of security. But like for you seem like someone who's like young and wild and free. Do you then also have to bootstrap? Like in terms of your security, you have to be like, okay, now I can't go anywhere until this is a wrap.
No. Maybe that time when those politicians were talking about doing so and so to lose, maybe I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna go to that hood.
Yeah.
But now, like, no, I'm a chick of Nairobi. I grew up in Nairobi. Doesn't even matter, even out of Nairobi. I haven't harmed anybody, so no one should want to harm me.
Yeah.
It sounds simple.
Yeah, simple.
So I mean, you're saying being Rao's daughter is like, just wake up and do what you need to do. There's no extra, like, Kazi, you can't go here, you can't go there.
No, who will tell me that? I would fight.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Winnie Odinga in studio. Whatever questions, nafungua phone line sahi. Naona mlikuwa mnapiga, lakini nikirudi nitachukua masimu zenu, alafu mnaweza uliza swali yoyote yenye mnataka kumuliza, lakini let's keep it PG.
Vybez Radio, we rule the nation in this generation.
All right, if you switch on to vybezradio.co.ke, you can get to see our guest in studio. It is a friend of Vybez, Winnie Odinga.
Yeah.
Or Kazi, as we like to call him.
Kwanza, we have a concert coming soon.
Is it who?
Chris Martin is coming to Kenya.
Hey, Atinani?
Chris Martin here. Chris Martin here. Chris Martin. Do you attend concerts?
It depends who the artist is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very big hip hop fan.
Okay.
We don't have many of those concerts in Kenya.
Yeah.
But I like Afropop.
Mm-hmm.
So but a really dope artist, I'd go for that.
No reggae artist. No dancehall artist.
No, your radio station.
Let's say on your phone.
I know.
Even on your phone. Which let's say dancehall artist or reggae artist do you have saved on your phone?
No, reggae artist. It's classic, of course. You have Bob Marley.
Bob Marley.
Yeah.
I was going to say that. Hello. Kandere, good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Si tuko sawa, munataka kumwongelesha Kazi?
Let me talk to Winnie. Winnie, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Winnie.
Auntie, my baby.
Isn't that the mama?
Adi, my baby, baba.
Indeed,
Auntie.
Let me talk to Winnie. I'm asking Winnie this question. Winnie, how do you feel when you are how do you feel when politicians talk harshly to your dad Jacob? And otherwise, how do you feel when your dad Jacob talk harshly to other politicians? Because it's your dad, how do you feel? I want you to answer me. Because Jacob, Jacob is a very big man.
All right. That's Kandere from Kitale with his question.
Let me start with the second part of that question. By nature, Dad is very impole. And I'm always like, hey, yo, boss up. How can you let such and such happen? So when he becomes harsh, I'm the most excited. I'm the one screaming like, yeah, finally, he's done it. So, yeah, I think the first question we answered it. Those things don't matter to me. It's not me. Yeah. They don't hurt him, so they can't hurt me. So
and just to ask a second fold of that question, does it affect like the household? You know, because like, for example, I'm always talking about like, you know, mental wellness here in, you know, people. Unatoka kazi, waze boss amekupigia makelele, kila employee ako kila pahali, you know, the whole, and now for him, it's not like, you know, just 4 employees or 5 employees, a whole nation, you know, that's talking left, right, and center. Does that energy translate in the household where, you know, everybody's walking on eggshells? It's like, yo, did you see what's in the newspaper today?
Very rarely. Very rarely can it like throw us off our equilibrium.
Yeah.
We are sort of a thermometer to what's happening around. So we're probably the ones saying, hey, I ain't feeling this so much, so maybe let's try do this and this and this. But very rarely does it, guys aren't vibing in the house, so anything like that, no.
All right. Call us up 0719012700. We're picking your calls. Whatever you want to ask there. We're just going to go on to a lot of people have questions here.
Hit me.
Mwendo Robert is like, ask her if she's following Baba's steps into politics. We already asked that. We're just going to go to the phone line. Hello, Mike.
Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. First of all, I would like to ask Winnie, how did she feel when Dad was being harassed by Moi regime? How did that affect her when Dad was being detained? Raila Amolo was detained.
All right. Is that all your questions, Mike?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. That's Mike Shaira from Gong.
When he was detained, I was born just before the last detention. He went in for, I think, about a year. So I was just born. So I was still a baby. But growing up and understanding and hearing the stories, it's not that much animosity, that tension. You know, you know, like some people think in the house we're just thinking of revenge plots.
Look, if my mom is taken somewhere, me and that person's family, we have beef forever.
Came over, yeah. no, they're those families.
Yeah.
They're those families you have that beef with.
Yeah.
But every house has a head, and you take the lead from the head. So if he went through that, was in detention for 8 years, that did all that, and he's like, you know, it doesn't bother me, so it can't bother me.
Okay. Mwendo Art, no. Amaru Sam says, okay, some of them, that question, that is not a question. Are you eyeing any political seat 2022? That is one of the big questions. A lot of people are like, oh, Winnie is being set up for, you know, this and that. And there was a lot of talk around Kibra, that either you or your sister would be involved. But then we ended up seeing that wasn't the case. But 2022?
Wow. You just
I get ready to,
You just hit me with that. Okay. No. I'm not eyeing anything. Yesterday I was in Kibra. I said something and I was misquoted. It's not me per se. I don't just want to go sit in parliament. And I don't feel like this parliament is doing anything. I'll be quite honest with you. And if it's the same sort of members, I don't want to join that. I want to achieve the most that I can achieve as much as I can, because I do sit in a position of power still where I am. I don't think I have to be in parliament to do that. Yeah.
All right. Any questions you've got for Winnie? Remember, unaweza piga simu sahi 0719012700. What are people saying online?
Online bado watu wanaongea juu ya the previous hour wanasema Alfred Mutua kazi nzuri. Then the others who are just saying hi to Winnie wanasema tune kabisa salimia Winnie. Then Kamwana anasema mcheze ngoma ya Vybez Cartel.
Sahi asubuhi H31. Ni ngoma gani ya nini hata colors bado tu iko.
Anasema hi.
Hi to
VybezRadio, we rule the nation in this generation.
Bedroom Bully, and that one that was selected by Winnie. And some of that's her favorites. Kabisa. Bedroom Bully.
That's right.
We want all the bedroom bullies wamke sasa. Hey. Who are you? President Kingston. Enda ujenge inchi. Come on. Call us up 0719012700. Najua kuna mtu amesikia hiyo bedroom bully sayana. Amekumbuka weekend. You know what time it is.
Bad news.
Call us up 0719012700. Good morning. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sire.
Yes, sir.
Mwenzetu nani? Profesa wapiga kutoka wapi?
Ninapiga nikiwa Dandora.
Dandora, haya tuambie.
Mimi hapa kwanza nasalamia Winnie.
What's up?
Ulizaje? Anaonanga Premier League.
Of course. But say I'm on a break.
Unajua venye Arsenal wanatandikwa left right and center ameshindwa.
Alafu salamia hapa Rasta anawasalamia na big up VybezRadio.
All right, thank you so much, Professor. That's Professor from Dandora. Silas from Hamza, good morning.
Mambo.
Fiti sana.
Mimi niko fiti. So my question is all about economy. What advice aje budake history na economy because unafikanga place mazee vitu ziko juu na sisi kama wananchi wa kawaida huwa ana advice aje babaka kushughulikia hiyo story.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Silas from Hamza, of course, talking about, the economy is tough. The other day we were talking about unga imefika how much?
130 inaenda kupita huko. Inaendelea kupanda, inaenda huko size za 150 sasa.
Hata tuwezi pika chapo sasa. Sasa ni afadhali pika chapo.
Size chapo ni cheaper than ugali.
So when you're advising your dad, are these conversations you have?
Yeah, in fact, fights. We argue because I'm young, so I can get worked up about certain stuff. Of course, it's not. He's not in government, so I can only advise, and for him to advise or urge or tell other people to do other stuff. The economy is a big one we've been having. I can tell you recently, like the Likoni.
Yes, tragedy.
No, the one that built the bridge.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so we were just doing a little bit of math. So he was telling me it's going to cost about 200 billion to build.
Yeah.
And we were discussing how crazy that is.
Yeah.
So when I was Googling, I found this Nile bridge in Uganda. Same length, about the same length, like 550 meters or something like that. And it cost them, I forgot the numbers now, but it was something like $13 million dollars or... Whereas so it's $13 million in Uganda, but it wants to cost $2 billion in Kenya. You understand just how much money that is, and just the wastage, which is why everybody is feeling the pinch, and we're being taxed and extra taxed because we're wasting way too much on little projects that shouldn't cost that much.
Do you support BBI? Because I know you said that he's not in government, but if you look at the front newspaper, it's the president and your father ever since the handshake.
Yeah.
And so BBI is being introduced. We saw Punguza Mzigo, which kind of was like a noble idea. Like we read it and we're like, okay, this sounds good. But then we picked out a lot of things that didn't work with it. Public participation being a key one. So do you support BBI?
Yes.
First thing they're saying MPs are going to be reduced to 210.
Yeah, absolutely. Half of them. I wish you'd even reduce even further. Half of them are doing absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
So I support that. Yeah. Well, the document hasn't come out, so we can't really discuss it. If I'm just going off what the headline says, counties to be retained at 47, my view was that was a bit too high. I felt that growing up, I never used to feel these tribal divisions as wicked as they've become. And especially in tribes, for the first time, I started hearing clan divisions. Oh, you can't lead the county because you're from a small clan. And so clanism has also grown so much, and clanism, as you can see, is what is killing Somalia.
Yeah,
I feel like what it did,
and Ethiopia.
What it did was create these tribal sectors, and that's not what it's meant to be about. It's meant to be about delivering the resources, making sure they reach. But if they want to keep it 47, well, I thought at least they should have done 46, because Nairobi has no business being a county, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. And when you were growing up, who was your role model?
Winnie Mandela. And my mom.
Okay.
Were you named after Winnie Mandela?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
If I was a boy, I'd be Nelson.
Okay. So it was just Apple with you.
It was just when he was released.
If you were to pick one thing that you love about the nation where we are right now, like if there was one positive thing that you could say, you know what? I mean, Kenya's got all these things going down, but then we've got this.
Kenya, sense of when we're not fighting, the sense of community is fantastic. I went to school in the States, right? and I had nobody. You know, when you're moving, you're carrying the stuff yourself. Whether you eat today or die today, there was nobody. But in Kenya, such a thing can happen. You know, even your neighbors are looking out for you. Who's fine? Such a thing can happen. That sense of community. That's what I love about this place.
But that same sense of community is the one we're addressing when it comes to your container of sodas Anguka there on the road.
But that's us versus the man. That's the man. That's not Coca-Cola is a big enterprise, international enterprise.
Okay, we're going to come back and as we wind up this conversation, how are you feeling, Brian?
I'm excited.
Okay.
VybezRadio, we rule the nation in this generation.
Minutes to 9 a.m. Kabla we let Winnie aende afanye kazi. Ama kazi aende afanye kazi. Yule nikumbusha ile ngoma ya tweet. Unajua ile ngoma ya tweet? Oh my.
Hey, Kwambox,
it's a long Monday morning, and shout out to all our MVPs who are tuned in right now. And we got Kazi in studio, aka Winnie Odinga. And before we let you go, there's a couple of questions we gotta ask.
Yeah.
So
first, we're gonna talk about your mental wellness. You have a lot of trolls.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have a lot of trolls
online. Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
I don't know. I just leave them. What are you meant to? How are you meant to deal with it?
You never reach a point where you're like, okay, this is actually causing me anxiety, or I need to put these people away. You know,
as in, the stuff they're saying, they can't say it to my face. People say whatever it is they want to say, and I also would wish they would allow me to say whatever it is I want to say. Because my trolls are not even actually trolls that don't like Winnie. The trolls that don't like Raila.
Yeah.
And then they're coming at me. I'm like, I didn't do it. I'm not him. I'm not the one. So it's like, just say what you want to say, but like, leave. There's some guys who've been in my mentions camping since Thursday. Like, bounce, man. I want to also see other things on my mentions. Yeah.
And how do you approach situations? Let's say your dad does something, then let's say Kwambox's dad also did something, then on news headlines, front page, whoa, Raila does this to this. Then you go to the club, the son or the daughter akupale, then you guys are, how do you handle such a situation?
Sometimes I'll just walk up to them and grab them by the collar and no, I'm kidding. It depends, actually. It depends. There's a friend of mine, Alvin Wetangula.
Yeah.
And that thing broke up, but I had never met him before until after they didn't show up for the swearing in.
Yes.
And it was like, hey, that's not our story. We're cool. We're fun. We can just hang out and that's cool. But then there's some people who, let's say, their parents go overboard in the abuse. The abuse becomes so offensive, and then, I have no business interacting with you.
But you don't reach a situation where you say, vita za dad ni za dad, zangu ni zangu. At times, do you also reach that level and just say, by the way, politics aside, let me live my life?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, just, before we wrap up this conversation, there's a lot of MVPs who are listening to us right now. And as a friend of Vybez, elections is, around the corner, 2022. But aside from that, there's a lot of things, youth unemployment. What word of advice would you give the youth? Because, as you're speaking right now, there's a lot of people who are calling, and you can hear all their concerns are about politics. They're about, are you going to run? And what advice can you give? Because you are in a position of power.
I want to be practical with it. Honestly, if I had have had an hour to talk about this. There's so many people who feel so entitled, like I voted, so give me the job immediately, etc., etc. But I believe in creating your own jobs, and a word of advice I would give is start looking at needs. Like the other day, I was thinking of something. I had to send some money, but it was raining so hard I couldn't get to the M-Pesa.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jesus, I wish there's just a guy on a bike who could come here. I give him the money, like a portable M-Pesa.
Yes.
And he sends the money for me.
And then he would go and you never see him again.
And no, he has to send it there,
Yeah.
Of course, you have to think around the security system around it. But that's why certain things, like why do you think border is so successful in Kenya. It came out of a need, the traffic. We are not able to move.
Yeah.
So think outside the box. Think about what people's needs are and what solutions you can come up with. And the internet is your friend. Go online, go on YouTube, search, see what people are doing, replicate it. If you come to me, for example, if you come to me with a really good idea and a portfolio, not like the same old, I've started a foundation, I'm just about to finish my exams, I can't afford the school fees, can you, like, if you come to me with a really good, I invest. That's one of the things I do. I invest in good ideas. So I would just advise, like, forget this traditional thing. The world is moving. Hop online and find what to do there.
All right, speaking of investment, we're probably going to invite you on My Grind, which is a segment we have from 9 to 10 a.m. where we talk to the youth about different things to do with their careers. And one of those things we talk about is, finding your niche and not doing what everyone else is doing. I think as a friend of Vybez, we'll invite you again.
I'd definitely like to.
Thank you so much for coming through.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Guys, I'm going to post a video of myself dancing with Winnie.
Kind of dancing. You have to. It's too early in the morning for those things.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for coming, and have a great morning.
You too, guys. Take care.
VybezRadio, we rule the nation in this generation.